What is up, guys? My name is Aaron. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are going over the ultimate golfer's gift guide. So the holidays are upon us, and whether you are shopping for the golfer in your life and you're not really sure what to get them, whether you are the golfer in somebody's life and people keep asking you, hey, what do I get you? And you don't know what to tell them, or whether you're shopping for yourself around the holidays, that's fine too. This video is for you, so stick around. We got 5 different categories we're going to be going over. We got a few items within each category. The first category is going to be stocking stuffers. Then we got the mid-level price point type category. Then we got the ballers, the ones that are going to go all out, spend hundreds or thousands on their favorite golfer. They must have been really good this year. Then we got the people that know a little bit about the person's golf game that they're shopping for. You know what ball they play, you know what clubs they play, you know what course they're a member at, you know their favorite golfers, stuff like that. And then the last category is going to be for people that have no idea the first thing about golf. They couldn't tell you who Tiger Woods is, they couldn't tell you Augusta National, anything like that. So the last category is going to be for people that don't know a single thing about golf, but still want to get something for that special someone in their life who likes golf. So starting out, category 1, we got stocking stuffers. These are going to be essentials that every golfer needs and every golfer uses. They're not going to break the bank, but you can be safe and you can get it for them and you know they're going to use it. First, golf tees. We got plastic, we got wood. Everybody has their preference, shorter, longer. You can get 75, 100 packs for a few bucks, relatively cheap. Every golfer needs them, every golfer uses them, and they're a great option for a little stocking stuffer for the golfer in your life. Number 2 in the stocking stuffer category, we got hats, specifically rope hats. I don't know if you know much about the golf world, but in the past, I'd say a year or so, rope hats have really become a popular thing with the piece of rope that goes along the front. Bonus points if you know what brands your golfer likes. So they might be a TaylorMade person, they might be a Titleist person, Callaway, Ping, Srixon, Cleveland, even clothing brands like Primo, Rhoback, stuff like that. Even their favorite content creators in the golf space, maybe they're Brian Bros people, and you want to get them a Brian Bros hat. That works too. So hats are really a great option as well. They're usually 20 to 40 bucks, somewhere in that range. So not going to break the bank, but hats are always going to be a great option for any golfer. Last thing, club brushes. Everybody should be using them throughout the round. If you're a golfer and you're not, shame on you. You need to get one. Now, the one that I'm going to recommend, I used to be a big hater of, I guess you could say, the Caddy Splash. It's it looks like a regular brush like this up top, but then it has a little tube down here. You fill it with water, you squeeze it out. Your club gets all wet, and then you can brush all the mud and dirt off. I used to think they were gimmicky, and then somebody got one for me, and I was like, I don't know if I really want to use this. I went out, I used it, I loved it. Got my clubs so much more clean than a regular brush did. So I will never hate on the Caddy Splash again, and that's the one that I'm going to recommend. Guys, I also forgot to say it in the intro, but all of these items that I'm going to recommend are going to be linked in the description below. So if you actually want to go ahead and purchase some of these items, or one or some of these items for the golfer in your life, make sure to go ahead and check those out. Category 2, we're going to bump it up a little bit to the mid price point range. These are a little bit more expensive, but also a little bit more on the quality side of the gifts to get for your golfer. Number 1, I'm going to go with rangefinders. Most golfers use them. I always recommend going with ones that have slope. If you don't know what that is, you can go on Bushnell's website. They will explain it all to you there. And Bushnell is also the one that I usually am always going to recommend. The reason I say I would always go with slope is because 95% of golfers aren't playing in USGA tournaments where you're not allowed to use slope on your rangefinder, so there's really no point in not having it. They are a little bit more expensive, but your golfer is just going to love it that much more. Number 2, we got golf balls, and I have a strong disclaimer with this one. Do your best to know what kind of golf ball your player uses. Golfers are weird. We all have our personal preferences. I know people that, they use TP5s, but they will not touch a Chrome Tour. I know people that use Pro V1s exclusively and they won't touch anything else. That's a lot of golfers out there. But make sure you're doing your best to try and at least find out what kind of ball your golfer uses so you don't just get them something random that they probably won't even use. 2 side notes would be, if you really can't find out and you have no way of contacting them to find out, or contacting someone that they know that might know, Pro V1s from Titleist or Pro V1Xs from Titleist usually are going to be a safe bet. I'd say 99% of the time they're a safe bet, but still do your best to try and figure out what they use, just in case, on the off chance they don't like the Pro V ones. They're crazy if they don't, they're awesome, but on the off chance. Another nice touch with golf balls that you can do for just a few bucks more is get them personalized. I know TP5s offer it, I know Pro V1s offer it. I'm not sure about Chrome Tours, but a lot of the golf balls now, you're gonna be able to customize with either their initials, custom numbers, custom symbols, stuff like that. And it's just an extra nice touch for, I think it's like $5–10 bucks more on their website. So that's another nice touch you can add in there to make it that much more special for them. Number 3, I don't have one in-house with me, but if there's a golf psycho in your life, then you'll know that there's never a time that they're not thinking about golf. So a great item to get them would be a putting mat that they can just kind of, even if they're working from home or something like that, or just kind of hanging out, they can toss that on the ground, hit some putts with it, and work on their stroke. For this, I will say do your research, because there are some lower quality ones that you lay it down and there's going to be 3 big bumps in the middle of it, and it's going to give really inconsistent rolls. The one I have linked in the description is going to be a birdie ball, I believe. I've used one in the past, and from what I've found, they're really, really flat. They stay really flat, and they give you the most pure roll for a less than $1,000 putting mat. So that's the direction I would go, and that's the one I'm going to have linked below. On that same kind of note, the next item I'm going to go with is going to be a chipping or hitting net. Just something that they can hit into. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, doesn't have to be anything crazy, doesn't have to be, a whole huge hitting bay, but just a net or something that they can set up in the backyard, set up at the range or something like that, and just hit their balls into and really work on their swing anytime. Last item in this category is just going to be general golfing gear. I'm talking apparel, so Q-zips are a really big deal, hoodies, I already said hats, but we can go polos, we can go joggers. Personally, the brands that I really like are gonna be Primo and Roback. I'm not sponsored by them to say that, but I would love to be. So Primo, Roback, if you guys are watching this, let's make something happen. For me, Roback is gonna be probably the most comfortable hoodie that I've ever worn. It's stretchy, it feels really light, but it still gives you a little bit of warmth on the course, and they look great too. So Roback's gonna be one good option. The other brand that I'm a huge, huge fan of, thanks to some of the YouTube golfers I watch, like Grant Horvat and Ben Kruper, is gonna be Primo. So I'm a huge fan of their joggers. Joggers are not going to be the style for every golfer, so before you go ahead and get joggers, make sure that they like them. They also make great regular pants and shorts and polos and everything like that, so make sure you guys are checking them out. I'm going to have Roback and Primo linked in the description, but there are other brands out there, Travis Matthew, Peter Millar, Bad Birdie, even like Nike, Adidas, and well-known brands like that. Category number 3, we got the ballers. We got the people that are going all out for the golfer in their life. Hats off to you guys, tip of the cap. You guys are the real MVPs. Number 1, as you could have guessed, is going to be No, it's not clubs. It's a fitting. I've seen it too many times. The mistakes have to stop where we buy our golfer a brand new club or a set of irons or wedges or a putter. A much better option is going to be offering to buy a fitting and then the clubs that come with that. In the shop I work at, fittings are free with the purchase of clubs, so most of the time you're just buying the clubs anyway, and you don't even actually have to pay the fitting fee in the end. So if you want to get them a new driver, get them a driver fitting. That way they can go in, hit all the drivers, see what works best for them, and then you pay for it and make sure you're getting something that's going to work for them and that they're actually going to use. Next item, new golf bag. I'm going to put it down because it's heavy. If you want to go all out for them, I would say there's 3 brands that you should really be checking out, and that's going to be Stitch, Vessel, and Sun Mountain. Those 3 are kind of the premium golf bags in golf. They're all going to have bag options that are really premium leather, feel really good. They got the magnetic pockets, they got the coolers inside of them, and they got all the bells and whistles that make a great bag a great bag. I would also do my best to find out what kind of bag they like. This isn't, super important. If it's a super nice bag, they're probably going to use it either way. But find out if they like, the 14-way top where they got one little pocket for each one of their clubs, or if they like the 5 or 6-way top that, you can slide your wedges in one, irons in another, woods and putter in the other one. This is a Stitch bag here. It's real nice leather. This is my personal bag. They got the orange logo right here. But it's a really, really high quality bag, and you will never go wrong getting one of these for the golfer in your life. I promise they're gonna love it. Next item is probably the most sought after item on this entire list, and that is a launch monitor. I'm not saying you gotta ball out and get him a $30,000 TrackMan, but there are a lot of other options out there that are gonna be portable, they're gonna work, pretty well, and the golfer's gonna be able to use them all the time. The two that I have linked below, the first one is going to be a Rapsodo mobile monitor. You just slide your phone in there, you prop it up behind a few feet behind yourself swinging, and it's going to shoot out the numbers. It's not going to have all the numbers of a TrackMan or maybe a GC quad or anything like that, but it's going to spit out carry distance, spin, stuff like that, all the basic numbers that they need, and it's going to do a really good job of being portable, and they're going to be able to move it around if they want to use it on the course, stuff like that. It's going to be great for that. The second one is going to be the Garmin portable launch monitor. It's a little bit bulkier. It is still portable. It's in the name, but it's going to give out. It's a little bit more expensive. I think it's around 600-ish bucks. But it's going to do a lot better job of giving you all the numbers that you possibly need, and it's fairly accurate too, from what I've seen. So launch monitors, if you have a golfer in your life that takes the game pretty serious, a launch monitor is going to be a great gift for them, and I would highly recommend picking one up for them. Last item in this category is going to be for the golfer that likes to get a little bit of exercise in while they're golfing. They walk a lot. I wouldn't recommend a push cart just because if they walk a lot, they probably already have one that they swear by and that they love. I would recommend either a Whoop or a Garmin or a wearable, some sort of contraption that's going to track their heart rate, steps, all the good stuff like that. As a college athlete, I used a Whoop for almost my entire career, and I loved it. Not only does it track your actual movement and your stress throughout the day, but it's also going to do a great job of tracking your sleep. So not only is it great for the golfer in your life, but really if you just have somebody that's pretty active, it's a great gift for them as well. Category 4 is going to be personal gifts. These are gifts for somebody that you know a little bit about their golf game, or you know a little bit about their likes and dislikes within the realm of golf. First thing is going to be wall decor. We're going to give you an example of something that I have hanging up in my office now. If you know their favorite courses, you know some courses that they've played that are really cool, you know their bucket list courses, stuff like that. You know, golf course prints where they have the actual layout of the golf course, those are always great. The stuff that I just showed you, those are also going to be great. And really any type of wall art and stuff like that that they can hang in their office space or their room or just at home somewhere, those are all going to be great options for the golfer in your life. Second item in this category is going to be grips. This is a really underratedly important part of golf. So for me personally, I play Z-Cord standards on all of my irons and drivers and wedges, and then on all of my putters I have Super Stroke Tour 2.0s. The reason this is a personal gift is because if somebody got me, oversized dry tacks and they got me a pistol type grip for my putter, it would just kind of be a waste of money on their part because I wouldn't use them. I might sell them, I might give them to somebody, but I'm not putting them on my clubs, and that's not what anybody wants. So that's why this is in the personal gift category. If you know what grips they play, at some point they're going to need to change those grips out. So grips are always going to be a great option for a golfer if you know what they play. Next personal gift item is going to be a tee time voucher for a course that they really want to play or just a cool course in the area. This is for maybe somebody that has a golf trip planned or wants to have a certain golf trip planned, maybe pay for or offer to pay for a round at a really cool course of their choosing. I'm not saying you got to go all out and you got to cover the $900 greens fee at Pebble, but an example would be, my #1 bucket list golf course is Banff in Canada. So a good option for me would be cover the $200 and $220 greens fee for my round there. Last item in this category would be swing training aids. If you know they're fighting something in your swing, if you know they're trying to feel something in their swing recently, get them a swing training aid that's going to help with that. One example that I'm going to have linked below is going to be this Tour Striker ball. It's been growing in popularity. It helps you eliminate some feels and really stay connected through the swing. Last category, category number 5. This is going to be for the people that do not know the first thing about golf. Don't worry, I got you. I got 3 things that every golfer needs, every golfer loves, and we are starting with a golf towel. Right now, I use the Titleist Players Towel. It's got the little loop here to throw over the alignment sticks. I got a few of them that I rotate in and out. But golfers, we go through towels like crazy. As you can see, mine's super dirty. That should at least show you that we use it, or maybe that I'm just lazy and I haven't washed it. But either way, towels are always a great option. Number 2 would be any type of hole that they can just kind of chuck on the ground and putt to it. Golfers, we're always working on our putting stroke. The one I have linked below is going to be a skills one. It's actually one that I have at home, the one that I use all the time. So when I'm just watching a show, watching football, whatever I'm doing, and I can just toss it on the ground and hit a few putts to it. For these, it doesn't really matter what they are, as long as they're circular and they have a little hole to let you know whether you made the putt or not. It's gonna do a great job, and it will keep golfers occupied for hours. The last item that I got for you guys is gonna be the Bushnell Wingman speaker. It's linked below. Every golfer would love one. Even if they're not gonna use it as a rangefinder, even if they already have another rangefinder, it's still a really, really nice speaker, lasts forever, really good quality. Fits in the cup holder in a golf cart, so it's really easy to use. It's also got the magnet so they can clip it onto the golf cart. Bushnell Wingman speakers are never, never, never gonna be a bad gift. They will always be appreciated by any golfer in your life. So that's all I got for you. Hopefully this helped. Let me know in the comments what you're gonna get your golfer or what you want for Christmas if you are the golfer. Guys, thanks for watching. Make sure we're hitting that subscriber button down below and that like button, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace out.